All right, guys, the NBA is back. But before we get started, make sure that you are liking this video and subscribing to the channel. How else are you going to watch all my videos when they come out? So hyped for that Jazz win. That was a game that the Jazz really stole in a lot of ways because they just did not play really well. But first, let's talk about the New Orleans Pelicans. They are an exciting team, and they are fun to watch, and they are scary because they have a lot of talent that does a lot of different things. I think they're not quite gelled where they're going to be in a year or two, where they kind of make all their pieces fit. But even still, they're fantastic. Brandon Ingram is an absolute star. He is a deserved all-star who has done nothing but just get better and better and better. And on a Pelicans team that truly believes in him, he's done fantastic. He scores. He's long on defense. So, you know, I don't know how, I haven't looked deep at his defensive numbers, but he's at least very long and can, you know, get steals, tips, and things like that. And if he's locked in, he can be really solid. He's just a fantastic option. I know he missed that last shot at the end of the game, but that scared me because we've seen him do that against the Jazz before and bury it. So he's fantastic. The other interesting player, obviously one of the most interesting players in the NBA, is Zion Williamson, who tonight played in 15 minutes. He had 13 points, I believe. Yes, 15 and 13. He was 6 for 8 from the field. He's just phenomenal. His ability to score around the basket is arguably the best in the league already. And I think eventually down the road, maybe sooner than later, he is going to be the starting center for that team. And it's going to cause problems for the entire NBA because he can handle and pass and then finish at the rim. And he can defend. His hops are unmatched in this league. So his ability to rise and block a shot and just his pure strength makes him an incredible prospect at the center position. And I think that's probably what they're going to do next year. At least that's what I hope they do next year to see, because him with shooting and spacing around him, my goodness, how do you stop that? It's unbelievable. And in transition, forget about it. He's just a monster. It's just a shame he only plays 15 minutes, but they're being careful with him. And I don't believe, you know, that they think they're going that far this year, but you never know. This game mattered a lot for the Pelicans. This loss hurts for them because every game matters when they're trying to get up into that 8th spot for the playoffs. Jrue Holiday, arguably the best defensive guard in the league. When he's locked in, especially in like a tight situation like this, he's fantastic. And so his defense was just phenomenal tonight. Whoever he was guarding struggled. And that's what gets me back to the Jazz, is Donovan Mitchell was guarded by Jrue Holiday most of the night. And he found a way to be somewhat efficient, which is impressive. And it shows like that Donovan Mitchell has taken a step in the bubble. And basically the step he's taken is in his playmaking. Because tonight Donovan Mitchell was 6 for 14, 42% from the field. When you're being guarded by Jrue Holiday, that's good. That's really good. And then when you add in the fact that he had 5 assists, plus 7 for the game, phenomenal. And I know Rudy didn't make that bucket at the end, but it should be 6 assists because he set up Rudy with the game-winning bucket at the end. It was an amazing play. End of the game, guarded by Jrue Holiday, who's doing everything in his power to stop him from scoring. Donovan Mitchell still finds penetration and gets the tip to Rudy, who then gets fouled and makes 2 clutch free throws. Clutch stuff from Rudy Gobert. And you just got to give it to Donovan Mitchell. He's figuring it out. The next steps are happening right now. It really feels like during this pandemic break and in the bubble, he's taken another step. And that step has been playmaking. He's looking for that lob. And he's looking for those open passes. And the next step, even beyond, is just getting those open shooters in the corner. He is going to get there because he's showing he can do it with Rudy. And if he can make shot passes to open shooters and put it, you know, where it needs to be in the breadbasket, so they make those shots, that's phenomenal stuff. It's just exciting to see this guy get there. We also saw Donovan Mitchell take that pull-up 3. So basically at this point, if Donovan Mitchell gets that playmaking to another level, he's at what, 6-7 assists a game? And then if he gets the pull-up 3, so when they go under the screen, Donovan just goes straight up and takes the shot. If that shot gets to like between 36 and 40% on that pull-up 3, he's a top 10 player, easy, because he has all the tools to do everything on the floor. The passing, the shooting, the athleticism, the bucket getting at the end of the game. I mean, Donovan Mitchell at the end of the game wins this for Utah. Wins it with just pure grit and talent. It's amazing. And then, you know, last year, he probably takes that shot at the end, and whether it goes in or not, who knows, because we have seen him make it. But he makes the right pass to Rudy Gobert at the end of the game, and that wins the game. Phenomenal stuff from Donovan Mitchell. That's what you also have to give as credit to Rudy Gobert, who was a beast tonight. He was a beast. Rudy Gobert is back. The Rudy Gobert that Jazz fans know and love is back. Defending, guys. Making shots at the rim. He was getting lobs because the offense looked better than it has in a long time. Not for the second unit, but with the starters, it was phenomenal. Tonight, the starters, Royce O'Neal, +6. Joe Ingles, +11. Rudy Gobert, +8. Donovan Mitchell, +7. And Mike Conley, +12. Mike Conley looks like Mike Conley. If this is the version we get, fantastic. He doesn't look like superstar Mike Conley, but Mike Conley tonight had 20 points, was 43% from the field, 4 assists, only 2 turnovers. Fantastic. Fantastic. +12. If that's who you get, if that's who the Jazz have, they are going to be really good. And I know we miss Bojan Bogdanovic, but Royce O'Neal played incredible defense tonight. Royce O'Neal, for all the stuff we said, was a +6. Guess how many rebounds Royce O'Neal had? 9. His defensive rebounding saved the game. He made 2 clutch rebounds at the end of the game, and his defense was phenomenal. We talk a lot about Zion Williamson and how great he is, and he is great. Zion Williamson was a -16. Guess who was guarding him? Royce O'Neal. And by the way, Georges Niang too. Georges Niang forced 2 misses from Zion Williamson. I know the other ones he made, but give credit to Georges Niang. He did the right thing on defense. I won't hear none of the slander. But yeah, you've got to give it to Mike Conley, just hitting shots, a big part of what Utah's doing. It is incredible that the Jazz now have 2 options on the perimeter that can score and distribute. It's fantastic, and Joe Ingles having a nice night was fantastic. Even though the officials did everything they could to keep him out of the game, Joe Ingles had a big night. +11, he scored 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, but Joe Ingles was a big part of this game. He was guarding JJ Redick a lot of this game, and when Joe guards JJ, they have a history. Joe shuts him down. Fantastic stuff from the Utah Jazz. They're back, and they look really good. Now, let's start Juwan Morgan in backup center. Please, please. Guys, I had my other computer, my new one, had to go in for a repair. How sucky is that? So I'm on the old computer, so the video might not be quite as good this time because it's old. But at least we got a video. Like and subscribe to this channel, guys. I will talk to you later.